Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome back everybody. Let's take a look again on the forex market. So currently markets stands really quiet. It's understandable because everybody waits for statement from the Fed and should be later in the session. Well, the thing that we discussed yesterday has happened. You can see indeed on the daily chart of the euro currency. We've got the grabber, and situation has become even more confusing. So yesterday we said that it seems that these laws should be important because they actually shows some bullish background, because it could be treated as the failed downside breakout. And usually failed breakout are very important and could put the foundation, could put the starting point for something greater, for some upward continuation. But at the same time, right at the eve of the Fed statement, we've got opposite pattern that suggests a drop below these lows and raising of these lows. As you understand, it can't be the new fake breakout. So in this case, it probably will be real. Everything on the subject we have discussed yesterday. And in current circumstances, of course made it really tricky to make any position and think that before the Fed statement, the position you intend to take, it will be more gambling rather than some reasonable, logical position taking. Because these lock in two opposite patterns, two opposite situations, mostly reminds some situation of the indecision. Besides, the recent action within the 1, 2, 3 and today also stands inside the range of this Friday's or European Central Bank statement candle. So it's inside sessions are forming, so market's going nowhere currently. On the 4-hour time frame chart, yesterday it was a bit curious to see that market wasn't able to hit the COP target. That's logically should happen, because even COP stands inside of this range and market was not needed to taken out of the stop, not make any significant efforts. Besides, overall thrusting action here was not bad, and we thought that maybe that could happen. But as a result, you can see COP has not been hit, and market has dropped right to the open price of this week, the point when the grabbers have been formed and when we have started our discussion yesterday. Currently, you could see some pullback, but it seems that most probable that we're dealing with this stuff. Take a look what we have on the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, a large triangle is forming. That was our OP that we discussed here. It's also got this triple to sell. This market drop right now is turning up and shows the significant upward action finally. Yes, we here have some bullish divergence with this triangle that suggests theoretically, hypothetically, this market should take it out of this stuff. But again, guys, right before the statement of the Fed, well, personally, I do not like to trade before the Fed statement. Whatever patterns, even if market is forming much better patterns that we have than we have currently, because currently, actually, we do not have anything, so except maybe the grabber on the daily chart. That also looks not very reliable. Nothing else. Of course, I can't forbid you to take the position. You even could find some patterns and background, and did this exist? So, for example, you could try to buy against these lows in expectation that market could proceed high and really show the upward direction, or you could, on some pullback here, some resistance, for example, 618 resistance, trying to sell with the stops above the stop, but based your trade on the grabber that we have on the daily. And in both situations, you probably will have the reasons to take the position, but mostly currently it depends not on the patterns, it depends on the Fed. that you can't control and you can't foresee it. You can't make any conclusions as we could do, for example, based on the patterns that we see, because pattern shows the direction and Fed expectation doesn't show the direction. Well, maybe it works. Definitely we could say that probably the result will be very, very good if you will be in the right direction. But, well, that's not actually suitable to anybody, only for those of you who like to do this, who have some experience with the trading the Fed statements. Well, actually you could try, but personally that's a bit out of my trading plan, out of my personality, that I prefer to act and control the situation as much as possible. Fed is really big uncertainty factor, and that's not suitable to me. And I will be wait for when the result will be on the table. And this will be the press conference, and probably return back to the trading process only tomorrow. But that's my own view, so you could act differently, of course. In general, the situation stands so that we just have discussed. So theoretically, on the daily chart, market keeps the bullish context as well, because these lows are valid, and we said that's only when the market will break it down. We could said that probably this could be downward continuation. Until this happened, overall context, if we wouldn't have the Fed on horizon, it mostly stands bullish, because this was the false downside breakout, market return back in consolidation. This is always stands in favor of the upward continuation, upward breakout. Well, yes, we have this factor of complexity, that is the grabber. It's bearish pattern. Well, this situation needs to be resolved somehow. So that's currently your choice, whether you would like to make something, trade something in the current circumstances or not.